Alrighty, so final boss Legend Escanor has just dropped on global, and we're just gonna hop right into this thing because honestly, from what I've heard, with the units that we have nowadays, it's quite a bit easier than it used to be. So yeah, I haven't gotten the reward yet. The patch just dropped a second ago. I just did one run, and it got reminded why this fight is somewhat hard in the first place. But yeah, you actually get a pretty decent amount of the Escanor points for the exchange shop, but unfortunately, a lot of the exchange shop stuff is time gated, so you can't get but so many items per day for each item at least. So this is the team that everybody seems to be using. I get, not everybody, but this is the team that seems to be the most popular. Obviously there's a bunch of different challenges and stuff like that. We're not really shooting for the challenges per se. We're just going to try to get a quick win on. Unfortunately, these fights are super costly as far as stamina goes, so I always really hate these ones because the exchange shops normally aren't all that crazy. I do think that there's a couple of decent items that I'll want to try to get out of the exchange shop, but at the same time, just 60 stamina is just so much to worry about for one one run that this isn't going to be something that I plan on like farming a whole lot or anything, just because I'll probably, if I just have extra stamina or I have the game open or whatever, I'll probably just try to throw some runs at it here or there, like as I have it. But I hate running these kind of things because they just have so much stamina cost to them, which is really annoying. Like hell difficulty on like guild bosses and stuff like that. Like, I despise those. So actually, I kind of want to do something like this, so that way we can make sure that we put up the shield. I wanted to use the shield beforehand, but let's get rid of the buffs. And then he's going to use a buff card next turn, so I was going to just merge those and try to go for ultimate gauge, because one of the big things that you have to worry about with this fight is that once he reaches a certain amount of HP, I want to say it's like 15%, maybe 20% or something like that, he actually gets invincibility, so you want to burst him down quickly so that way you're not dealing with invincibility for 2 turns, and that can be quite a big issue. So let's remove the ultimate move gauge. Actually, let's go for the king shield first. Yeah, we'll do it like that. I kind of wanted to push for ult here, but it's fine. Okay, we got another Tarmiel ultimate removal, which is good. Puts up buffs, that's fine, we can remove them. We're getting close to getting ults on 2 different characters. One of the big things that you have to worry about as well for this fight is he puts up, what am I trying to say? Oh, he has 600% damage increase to demons, so be aware of that. I actually don't even need to use the buff removal at the moment, so let's do this. But yeah, he does 600% additional damage to demon characters, so make sure that you're not using demons on your team. I know that originally there was a pretty big cheese team that you could use the first time that this came around, where you used, I'm pretty sure it was like Goddess Liz, and you would use, I think it was it was Goddess Liz, but it was Malascula as well, and you would want him to beat into Malascula because he did so much extra damage to her, and because of that, nice, we killed. Because of that, he would do just like insane damage, but you would have reflect on at the same time, so it would reflect like a really crazy amount of damage on him, and it would give you like insane points. But it was super cheesy. A lot of people hated that because it required you to have like an insanely high ult level Goddess Liz, which was really annoying because, I mean, when she originally came out, she was only on like her original banner and then maybe like 1 banner after that or something. She wasn't on a whole lot of banners ever since her release. It's not until recently that she started actually becoming more available, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty nuts. It was really annoying. I think I was able to pull off that cheese mechanic like once, maybe twice, but it was so RNG dependent. It was one of the most frustrating things ever. So definitely don't recommend trying to replicate that at all, because it's really just not worth it in the long run. But it is what it is. I assume he still has the same invincibility mechanic on this phase as well, so hopefully we can beat through him and maybe get Mono's ultimate again. Okay, really beating through on Tarmiel there. He's gonna remove our ultimates with this move, I think. If it's like first phase, it's not like first phase. Okay. Let me see here. Does he have the invincibility? Pleasant effect. Removes debuffs. Invincibility. If the hero's remaining HP becomes 30% or lower due to the enemy's skill damage, becomes immune to all damage and debuff effects for 2 turns. So that is quite a bit to worry about. Let's go ahead and... I think let's use this to put up a shield. Remove his ultimate move gauge with that. And then hit him with this maybe. I probably should use the Tarmiel ultimate there, because I think we're going to end up hitting the invincibility either way. This might actually hit it right here. We're very close. I really don't think I'm going to be able to do that much damage. I kind of hope, well, I've got a pretty decent shield on. Yeah, he didn't lifesteal basically at all. If we hit him pretty much, he's just gonna get invincibility here. I kind of want to test it out. Let's do this right here. We'll put up the shield, because if I use the ult first, I won't be able to put up the shield because I won't deal any damage. Let's see if the ult hits through the invincibility. If not, it's just Tarmiel's ult. It's not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, Tarmiel's ult's still pretty good, but it's not like insane. All right, well, we still had a little bit of room there. He has the buffs on too, which is not great. All right, he stacks them. That is very bad. Ooh, we actually survived that though, which is surprising. This is gonna hurt. Tarmiel's really coming in handy here. I guess let's just remove these buffs and put up another Tarmiel shield, because I don't think we're gonna really be able to get away with anything else. Kind of unfortunate we had to like go into a level 2, but it's fine. Oh, we literally just got it back, so maybe he does he well, I think he removes ultimate move gauge here. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. Ooh, he's using the really like easy moves too. That's perfect for us. Let's just go ahead and throw this out, and then I think we'll just use both of those cards because they're a lot better anyway. And this will hopefully kill. Boom, boom. Yeah, we're good. All right, so honestly, not as bad as I was figuring it would be. Honestly, you just need to be able to survive the invincibility once he puts it up, but it's not super crazy. I know that there was a team that I saw, I think Marilli was using a full Angel team, which was, I'm pretty sure it was Margaret, Sariel, and Tarmiel, I think. And then I'm pretty sure it was still either, I think it was just this Liz in the back. You know, if you don't have mono, obviously it's trading one festival unit out for the other. So if you don't have Festival King, but you do have Margaret, you could potentially use that team instead. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to really be going super hard on this thing. I'm going to probably try to grab as many of the anvils and stuff like that as I can out of it. But, you know, just this fight in general is not all that crazy to me. So we already got this one, which is kind of nice. Deal as much damage as possible on one enemy. We did not finish that one. We would need to do 700k in one attack, I'm pretty sure, which is pretty insane. I think you're gonna need like a specialty team for that, or like a really high ult level on like a single target attacker. And then I think I could honestly get this one done if I do another run. I just need a little bit better of a run to get the 25 cards or less, because we did it in 29, which wasn't awful. But I think we stalled like a turn or two, maybe. Like there was a turn where I could have ended up doing more damage and I didn't. clear with with the least amount of damage taken. I think if we can complete it in just less turns in general, that should be kind of nice. We should be able to beat that one. And then this one isn't that bad. I think if we just, like, none of my main characters died. I think if I just remove my gear on Liz in the back, then I can probably finish that one, because we'll be under the CC requirement. So I don't know, it is, you know, it's still pretty difficult, but at the same time, if you have a lot of the new modern characters and stuff like that, it's not going to be nearly as bad. So, you know, take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. That literally just used all of those points, so I guess it's not going to be as good that we're getting as many points out of this as I thought it was going to be. But that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any other like teams that you were able to beat it with, or just like teams that you want to let people know that are good, or like maybe you have teams that, you know, were able to beat specific challenges or anything like that, and you want to just, you know, let people know, feel free to comment down below. I'm sure, you know, people would be super grateful and stuff like that, because people, you know, tend to not have every single character in their box. So if you're able to do it with more obscure units or just other units and stuff like that than you saw in the video, feel free to let us know, so that way, you know, other people can kind of see what you're using, and maybe they can try it out themselves and they can beat it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video.